Hi, this is Chris with bestlightroomtraining.com, and I'm just going to show you a new product that we have. I've had quite a few of my Lightroom students request information on organizing your hard drive. So I recreated some of the system that I use, and I'm just going to give you a quick tour of it now so we can embed this video on the product page. This is going to be a very, very inexpensive product on our online store. And what it is a way to organize your hard drive with folder structure that's already made up for you. I know a lot of people are very confused about what's the best way to go about organizing my hard drive. So I'm going to show you a little bit of this system, not all of it, but a little bit of it, and just show you why it would be a great product to pick up, again, very inexpensively, and start moving some things around on your hard drive and really get organized. First of all, we have our world separated into business and personal. So family pictures are not mixed in with studio business. So first of all, personal. There's going back 5 years in archives from 2011 back to 2007, and each year has a folder for each month. There's also a new event folder that you can copy and paste for each event that you would have from your family. So each one of those family events would be named with year, month, date, the family name, like last name or the family member that the pictures were of, and then a short descriptor of what the event was about. And then, just as I teach with my Lightroom classes, I always do 4 folders. The first one original, second one for your Lightroom export, and then once you're done with the Lightroom export, you can edit in Photoshop, or you can fly between the two if your computer is powerful enough to handle that. And then update your catalog or resync your catalog so it sees any of the changes that were done by Photoshop. Or if you were flying between the two, it's automatically going to see those, and that's fine. Then I've got the number 3 folder for anything you want to put on your website or a blog, which may have a larger picture size than you can actually put on Facebook, which is the number 4 folder. So, and you can copy and paste this family event into any one of these month folders, put the correct date on it, put the family member name or the family last name, and then a short description such as, my last name is Gay, so I would put, let's say it was just our entire family, so I would maybe just leave it as family. But I would put a date in here, family, and then Easter. And then I would put my pictures in and run them through just like I do the ones for my business. And this helps me keep track of what has been archived and what hasn't as well, because I can look through my archive boxes and look at the dates and make sure that I have things archived and backed up for my family as well as my business. So let's go over here and take a look at the business side. On the business side, I have, first of all, to-do lists, which is really nice. And on the to-do list, those are separated out by month if there are projects that I want to work on certain months, or different marketing materials that I'm developing, some notes from some ideas, some sketches that I've scanned in, anything creative that I want to keep track of with to-do lists or any kind of lists themselves. Those are all here, as well as goals, some big dreams that you want to put some pictures in there, or some ideas, type some things out and keep those in there. And then your monthly to-do list where you can keep track of things in there, or you can keep track of it in the month folders. So then we have weddings, and you'll notice that I have the 9 most common folders that I would use listed out here, so I don't have to search through them in alphabetical order. They always would stay at the top, so anything else that I would ever add to this folder is not going to keep me from finding my weddings, my studio work, my school, sports, or T&I work, my marketing materials for my studio that I've created, any of my studio forms or studio literature, my website example photos, product images that I have shot of my own products that are customized, not just lab stock shots of products, of albums and senior books and that sort of thing, but my product shots that I've shot of products with my pictures in them. And then videos and slideshows that are for promotional use, This gives you a place to keep track of those. One tip is that YouTube will not let you re-upload the same video and then rename it for a different city for search engine optimization. So people can find you via YouTube videos that show up in searches. But you can copy and paste the same video into a folder inside here and then just rename it with a different city name. And then YouTube thinks it's a completely different video. So great tip there. Swipe files, any swipes that you would have, weddings, wedding details, wedding first dance, wedding vows swipes that you have off the internet, baby swipes, children's swipes, senior swipes. This gives you a place to keep track of all of them, all your inspirational images, things that you've seen on the internet that you really love, that you want to try sometime, or a processing look that you like and you want to try to figure out how to put your own spin on it. Then we've got just a couple of other places. Vendors' contact info is just a nice place to keep that. But then there are folders inside each one of these. For example, studio work. I've got all of 2011 listed for you, and then I've got a new client folder structure ready to go for you that you can copy and paste into the appropriate month, put the correct date on it, the correct client last name, and a short descriptor of the session type, such as newborn or family or senior. And again, your folder structure is in there and ready to be renamed and ready to go for that client, and that would just go in the appropriate month. And then when you're done, you've done your sales session, you've archived it, you can delete it off your hard drive and be ready to move on with other work. So same thing for weddings. I have an archive for you of 2011 with all those folder months ready to go for you, all of 2012, and then again a new client. Now the wedding client folder has quite a bit of stuff in it. It's organized into an album section up here, where we have the album choices categorized into all these different areas. So you can copy and paste your album choices from the finished edited images from the wedding day. That makes designing an album really, really easy. Then we've got album version 1, full-size website and Facebook. Album version 2, same thing. We've got bridal boudoir. We've got bridal portraits with the 1, 2, 3, 4 folders that I teach for originals. Lightroom export, including any of your Photoshop love, website, Facebook sized, and those are all unique to the client because you rename those folders with the date, the last name, and a short descriptor. Place to put the contract. Scan their signed contract and save it. As a matter of fact, save it as a PDF, multi-page PDF, and save it as individual JPEGs for each page of the contract. And then let your online backup software pull that and back it up for you. And then I suggest that you also take the JPEG version of the scanned contract and upload it into a Flickr, Photo Bucket, Wink Flash, or some other cheap, unlimited online photo storage type of photo account. So you have backups of everything 2, 3, 4 times over, as well as your duplicate paper copies. Engagement session, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 folders. We've got places to put their copies of their invoices and copies of their payment checks. We have a place for notes on all the different things that we've done for this account. So if you're not using studio management software already, you've got a place to put some of your notes that you have used to keep track of all your information on the client. Notes about the engagement session and what you want to do, maybe a couple swipe images that are specific to that couple, the things you want to try. Consultation meeting from their initial consultation, planning meeting maybe 2 weeks before the wedding when you're planning the schedule, because you should be planning that, not the client. They don't know. Wedding day notes, anything that went awry during the wedding day, you should be keeping notes on the wedding day just in case. It's just good business practice. And then your workflow progress on the account. You can put a WordPad note in here. You can do a Microsoft Word document and just keep some notes. So again, if you're not using studio management software, this is just giving you a way to keep track of things. And even if you are using studio management software, you don't have to use the notes section here. You can just do it in your studio management software, but you are going to keep your images extremely organized. Again, trash the dress, 1, 2, 3, 4 folders. You've even got a place to copy and paste different photos that you need to send to your vendors for good networking. and referrals. So that's already there for you. And then the wedding, we have, again, if depending on where you want to keep it, if you want to keep them here, the notes for planning the wedding or the notes from the actual wedding day, you can put them here instead of in the regular notes section, whichever way you want to go about it. Rehearsal, dinner, night, 1, 2, 3, 4 folders. And then wedding day, I teach 2 different ways of workflowing weddings. I teach just do it all in one batch, and that would be to workflow all in 1, 2, 3, 4 folders. Or we've got different sections here where we can do workflow the wedding day in sections, where we can do our 1-star images and then go ahead and export those out of Lightroom. So if you're working another job, you're working photography part-time, and you need to do your Lightroom export 1 section at a time, I teach in my workflow classes to use the 5 different star ratings in Lightroom. 1 star is for a certain section of the day, 2 stars for another certain section of the day, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star, to break the day into 5 sections and tackle the wedding a little bit at a time. So you do all your picks, all your keepers, and then you break those down into star sections, filter by stars, and attack workflowing the wedding in little itty-bitty sections of 50 to 100 images at a time. And so I give you 2 different ways of organizing your output from your workflow, whether you do it all in one sitting or you do it a little bit at a time. So, and all of these things are available to you with our folder organization. Again, these are just blank folders, and it's a very inexpensive product from our online store, and it just gives you a system ready to go, kind of like giving you a file cabinet with all the files already labeled to give you a system of organization to put your images in. So if you're interested, stop by the online store. Again, it's our folder organization for your hard drive. That's the product. You can find it featured on the home page as well as featured in the category page. And very inexpensive. It's a great way. If you don't already have something going on to organize your hard drive, this is a great way to start getting organized right away. Again, you can always call us with any questions. This is Chris with bestlightroomtraining.com. bestlightroomtraining@gmail.com is our email address, and the phone is 260-440-3889. Thanks a lot, and happy organizing.